Hello, my name is Katie Cahoon, and today we will be analyzing the Terms of Service agreement for Priceline.com. Priceline is an online travel agency that provides a platform for users to book flights, hotels, rental cars, cruises, and vacation packages. The company was founded in 1997 and has since become one of the largest online travel agencies in the world, offering a range of travel options at competitive prices. Users can search for and compare various travel options as well as access deals and discounts through the website or mobile app. During this video, we will be discussing whether the terms and services for Priceline are a valid contract, if visitors are bound to the contract, and whether customers can sue if they have a dispute with Priceline. First, let's take a look at Priceline's Terms of Service agreement. According to Priceline's website, by using the site, visitors agree to the terms and conditions set forth in the agreement. The agreement covers a wide range of topics such as the use of the site, user content, and disclaimers of warranties and liability. But are these terms a valid contract? According to Eric Goldman, a law professor at Santa Clara University, the answer is yes. He argues that terms of service agreements can be valid contracts as long as they meet certain criteria such as providing reasonable notice to users and obtaining their consent. So, are visitors bound to the contract, and should they have to click I agree when asked if they agree to the website's terms and services? Yes, courts have generally upheld the enforceability of click-wrap agreements, which require users to click I agree before using a website or software. By clicking I agree, visitors are indicating their acceptance of the terms and creating a binding agreement with Priceline. Priceline even includes a section which outlines that if someone does not agree to the terms, then that person may not continue to make purchases on the site, and Priceline does have the right to prohibit anyone from using its products and services. Finally, if a customer has a dispute with Priceline, can that person sue? In simplest terms, the answer is no. In general, most terms of service agreements include clauses requiring disputes to be resolved through arbitration rather than litigation. This means that customers are generally required to resolve their disputes through an arbitrator rather than a court. An arbitration clause also prevents class action lawsuits from being filed against a company. Upon reviewing Priceline's terms of service, it is clear the company highly favors arbitration over litigation when it comes to resolving disputes between customers and themselves. According to Section D of the terms, Priceline states that any dispute or claim relating to any way to your use of any Priceline service will be resolved by binding arbitration. Binding arbitration just means that any decisions made through an arbitrator are final. There are several situations in which arbitration would be appropriate according to Priceline's terms of service. For example, if a customer has a dispute with Priceline over a hotel booking or a car rental, arbitration would be the preferred method of resolving the issue. Or another example would be if a customer claims that Priceline violated their privacy rights or engaged in false advertising. I did try to look up if there were any specific scenarios in which anyone was able to sue, even if there was an arbitration clause in the contract. What I found was that in 2017, California passed a bill which did allow for judges to override an arbitration clause in cases of fraud using a customer's personal information. However, this bill was passed specifically for banks and financial institutions, not for travel websites. So as it stands, the law seems pretty clear in that customers are not really able to sue Priceline and should expect to handle disputes in arbitration. In conclusion, terms of service agreements such as those used by Priceline are valid contracts that can be enforced. Visitors to the site are bound to the contract and should click I agree to indicate their acceptance of the terms. If a dispute arises, the terms of the agreement dictate a customer must resolve the issue through arbitration. As for recommendations for the Priceline Terms of Service agreement, I would suggest that the agreement be made more user-friendly with simpler language and clearer explanations of the terms. For example, the use of legal jargon and complex sentence structures can make it challenging for users to comprehend what they are agreeing to. Priceline could simplify the language used in their agreement and use shorter, concise sentences. They could also use bullet points or lists to break down complex information and make it easier to understand. Furthermore, Priceline could consider using a pop-up window that requires users to actively engage with the terms of service agreement before proceeding with their purchase. This would ensure that users are aware of the terms they are agreeing to and prevent any misunderstandings or disputes in the future.